Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. You can do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman for some fantastic beard products that'll make your beard look and smell great. You can also go to TCG Player using the affiliate link below and shop there to help support the show. And last but absolutely not least, go to greyvikinggames.com with the... What is up, Fire Warriors? Theorix6 back with some more Tau Tuesdays. Let me just double check that everything's recording fine. Yep, cool. The reason I had to check that is because, well, I can't exactly see the bottom part of both of my monitors because I have a giant piece of wood here, which I think I've shown you before. Yeah, I showed you in the last video I uploaded, which was a long time. Sorry. You know, just a very, very busy man. Very busy man. Anyway, today for Tau Tuesday, we're actually going to be putting a model together. Now, I'm not going to talk about all of these tools like in depth or anything, but these are the tools that I typically use. I think I had a video where I talked about tools before. But first thing I'm going to be using is these snips. These help me get the things off of the scaffolding. I will also be using this X-Acto knife. This is just an X-Acto knife that I had. It's old, but it still works. I'll be using one of my two glass nail files a little bit. I use them primarily for like actual files, but I found that this helps a lot without me needing to go and buy specific files. Now I will say that's not always going to be great. This is just what I'm using since I am a beginner, and it does the job well enough. And I'm just using some plastic glue. This one specifically is Army Painter, and I'm using plastic glue. Shut up. So, unfortunately, I would have preferred to technically save what I'm going to be building for a little bit later, because they're the most complex pieces. Now, this is the very first one I started with. This is the first one that I put together outside of the box. You can already see there's some issues. They got excess glue here. The lines aren't like great. There's like just a mess of me trying to file things and stuff. But the reason I'm showing this is because if you're new to the hobby, I would suggest putting together the things that has like the fewest pieces or is the least complicated generally. Even if it has like more pieces, it theoretically could be less complicated, or something that you don't care as much about. Like I'm probably not going to be fielding this almost ever, is my guess, unless like the 9th edition codex makes this thing like sick. Yeah, I just don't like this as a unit, so I don't care as much about it. And hilariously, the next one that I built was another one that I'm probably never going to field as a unit, because it is it's an ethereal, and the ethereals I don't like. I prefer the Fireside Enclaves, and as I've said before, I don't like Tau faces. I think the Tau faces are fugly. So I've built almost all of my Fire Warriors, and I felt that the Fire Warriors would not be very interesting. So what I'm gonna try to build today is a battlesuit, and this will be my first battlesuit that I'll be building. So you all get to see my process, and you get to see me mess it up, essentially. So these are the reasons, essentially, that I wanted to get into Tau, because I thought, and I still think, that the battlesuits are super cool. I once again, I've said before, I'm not a big fan of like mech anime or anything like that. I just find battlesuits to be friggin' awesome. Like, would I take this or a tank? I take this. Put me in one of these, baby. Yeah, I just find them super interesting, and so we're gonna build one of these. Now, I will say, some Tau people heavily suggest that you magnetize the arms so that you can kind of switch them out for one of their different weapon loadouts. You can see some of the weapon loadouts here. I'm not going to do that for the first one. I'll be able to do that for subsequent ones, but for right now, I don't have access to the magnets that I would use. I also don't have like a hand drill. There's a lot of things I don't have, which means I'm not going to try. Additionally, these Crisis Battlesuits don't cost all that much. You can you could theoretically just buy another starter set and then sell everything but the battlesuits, and it'll be still most likely cheaper than just buying the 3 battlesuits themselves. But still, this is just a pretty usual thing that a lot of people do. So let's get started. Now, I don't like this one as much because it's not in color. This is for the Fire Warriors, and this is all like in color, and it helped me see and understand things a little bit better, whereas this doesn't. It makes me very sad. So let's, so we got, what, 42? All right, so we need 42 here. We have 3 of them. Oh, okay, so I can do, this means, you have choice of parts. So we got 43, 44, and 45. Now, I had to turn off autofocus because it did a thing where it, like, kept flashing, so, sorry. But there's not too much of a difference. I think the main difference here is just the positioning of this line. For this one, I'm just going to do the straight one. So I'm going to do 43. Oh, I guess 42 doesn't have any. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's on the other side. I'm sad. Everything is sad. Anyway, I'm going to do 43. So we got to go over here. We got to find 43. So we got 42, 38, 41, 40, okay, it's not on this one. 43 is not on this one, which means it's on this one. 43, hey look, it's 43. Oh, I'm stupid, aren't I? Yeah, I'm stupid. 42 is just the other side of this. Man, I'm very smart. So, how do I get them out? Well, I take my clippers, and you can see these 1, 2, 3, 4 little spurs on there. Sprues, I guess is what they're technically called. I just put it essentially flush with the piece. Technically, you can run into problems with some smaller pieces where you can kind of damage the underlying plastic if you cut too close. A lot of people will suggest cut a little bit away. So you know we're gonna let's angle this one a little bit. Okay, and we'll do the same for this one. Just there. I mean, you see here that we snipped. We have a lot of extra stuff on there, and I'll show that's super easy to get off. So yeah, this other part of 43. So sometimes I will choose to cut them off with the X-Acto knife, but that got off fine. But that got off fine. 42s, hey look, it's a 42 right there. So yeah, I'll just do the exact same thing here, where I'm just gonna go ahead and snip, and snip. And snip. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got our little first piece. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is something. This is actually what I did when I started. But recently I've been taking out all of the pieces that I need first, and then go through and trim them down. You know, get off the excess plastic. And then I start putting together. But for right now, I'm just going to show kind of how I get this this plastic off generally. So you see here, this is excess plastic. I do wish the autofocus could be on, but trust me, it's worse if it isn't. Yeah, so you can see here, this is also a little bit of extra plastic. You know what? Give me a sec. Okay. It's possible I fixed it, but it might start doing a weird flashy thing. Plus, it doesn't help all that much. Focus. Whatever. So, here, we see a little bit dangly bit. We see some dangly bit. Let's see, we see tiny little bit of excess right there, and a very small amount of excess there. So I'll start with the biggest piece of excess. All right, we got this here. And now these are shaped in such a way that I would be worried about, like if I did this, I'd be worried about scoring this side of the plastic, like if I was pulling this way, and same here. If I was doing this, I'd worry about scoring the plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of, oh, you know what? Screw it. I don't care about how this looks. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take this little surrogate. Now, as I said, I usually use the back of a notebook, like a paper notebook, but whatever, this is fine. And what I'll do is I'll try and like get the X-Acto knife, just like right in there. And you know, it might be a little bit. I'm trying just to shave off this little piece. Okay, so I got most of it. There's still a little bit there, but with that should be fine enough to kind of just angle it up. Just got to be real careful here. I'm kind of just taking off, oops, little by little. Kind of scored it there, but again, I'm new. I don't care all that much about making them perfect. So that's kind of about all I'm able to do, unfortunately, because these pieces little harder. All right. And then this one, super open. Kids, don't cut towards yourself. It's a terrible idea, but this is just what I've been doing for a while, and it's worked out so far. But I do expect that at some point I will cut my thumb open. But that is a risk that I'm willing to make for art. Then we take this piece, and we just give it a little bit of a shave, Now, why am I doing this instead of using a file? I just prefer this method, generally. I feel like I have a little bit more control, even if that may not be the case. We're just gonna keep kind of chipping away at it. And then here, just gonna take this. I just love how it refuses to obey. Anyway, so yeah, we got most of it off. And then what I'll do is I'll take the file. And, oh gosh, I'm so sorry, I hit my microphone with my face. And then I'll just give it a little bit of a rub. Just a little bit of a rub. And I try to do it in multiple directions. And I try not to go too far. Luckily, this file has a smooth side. My other glass file does not. It has a coarse side. It has coarse sides, so I can essentially have the side up to this other part, and not worry about the fact, not worrying about the contact. So yeah, we're just kind of get that down. Go up here. This one has a little bit of excess, like kind of coming over that edge here. And now I will say, if you're a guy like me who likes painting their nails, or a girl, or anyone who just likes having long nails, I will say, bad idea. It's so much easier to have the tips of your fingers, the tips of your fingers to do this. It's not close. I'm sure I'll get better with time, but these things, I have such large hands, and these are so small. I mean, this is like the largest piece that I dealt with in a while, dude. But like, these are so small that it's so hard for me to make sure that I have like a good grip on them. And I know it, right? Like, I'm just missing some of that tactile feedback. So it's kind of the best I'll do on that. And then we go to the second one. And it's essentially the second verse, same as the first. I'm going to be a little more expedient on this one, because again, this is my model. I don't care nearly as much, but typically I'll take an inordinate amount of time. I usually, as I said, I'll do this like at night when I'm just watching YouTube, kind of going down, getting to that point where I'm gonna go to sleep soon, just having a good time, relaxing, and just scraping a sharp knife towards my thumb, because I'm an absolute madman. Now I have done like some of this as well, and it does work, but it's just so smooth. Oh, it's just so smooth when I'm working towards myself. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't have all that much. So yeah, then we go ahead and just take the file and just try and file it down. Now, what's really nice about this is that it's technically pretty forgiving. There's some overlap here, and what I mean by that is if you still have little bit of nub left, if you have like, if you went too far a little bit with your X-Acto knife, a lot of that is going to be covered up by the primer and the paint. And the rest of it you can use, like, you can incorporate it essentially into the paint job, such that you can turn a protrusion that's particularly round or whatever into, you know, something like a screw or a bolt of some kind. You can turn like a gouge into like a blaster mark, something like that. And of course you can turn like random miscellaneous cuts into like literal cuts and dings and scrapes and stuff. And you one of the ways I see people do this is you just take essentially like white or maybe a like a kind of a chrome or something like that, a metallic whitish color. Oh, me. You gotta be kidding me, right? And then you just kind of have them like that. You're lying to me. You're absolutely lying to me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ah! So technically, you see that there is... Okay. Okay. Please focus on my hands that are up here. So we have a little protrusion there, and then we have this little overhang here. That's essentially the main support I get for gluing these together. And I've already said, nails, not great. All right, so I gunked up the top, but you know, the little cap just comes off. And I'll usually give it a little bit of a squeeze to see if the air is flowing properly. No. Okay, so this is a little gunked up. So depending on the gunkage level, I'll either just use this X-Acto knife to extract some, or I'll just take this sewing needle with absolutely no coordination because of the fact that my nails are here. Okay, so you saw some of that stuff came out. Then once again, I give it a test to make sure. Yeah, cool. So now that it's out, by the way, definitely do this in a ventilated room. So yeah, now I get to go through the process of trying to do this. All right. So just you see what I'm saying with my nails? I'm over here trying to hold this. This plastic glue is different than super glue. Super glue will make a chemical bond essentially with itself. So it just like it sticks to one part, it sticks to the other part, and that's how it like binds. It just sticks to them. Plastic glue essentially like melts some of the plastic, and then when you put the plastic pieces together, they kind of form a new bond and turn into one piece of plastic. Now it's fine if we get a little bit over into the voids. I'm going to try my best not to get it on the outside. I'm sticking to kind of the thicker parts. Give that a big good dabbing. If you hear random sounds in the background, that's my cat messing with a cardboard box because she's annoyed at me that I'm not paying attention to her right now. Okay. Then you just hold it. You make sure it is aligned properly. You hold it. There's a little bit squeezing out here. Don't know if you can see that. So I'll just take the X-Acto knife and I'll just kind of, as careful as I can, kind of just get that off, and I'll just rub it onto. Typically, I'll just rub it onto the notebook that I'm working on. Okay. So depending on the size of the piece, it kind of takes different amounts of time to fully set and cure. But at this point, this seems fine. So we've made one piece. Just double checking this. Okay, none of this is bad. So I'll be able to use my notebook. Okay, so that was one piece. Awesome. Now we got to do the other piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of these, get them out, cut them down, sand them, and all that stuff. And the rest of this video is just going to be me putting the rest of it together. So I'll see you in a bit. Holy crap. We're finally back. In about time, too. Yeah, so this was a while. Notice these pieces. These I believe are the kneecaps. It was very hard filing those down. So, essentially, from here, we're just kind of gonna glue pieces together and chit-chat about, random things. As I try to stay in focus on the camera and try to keep my hands working. yeah, we're just going to go ahead and put this thing together. So yeah, as I said, I currently don't have an army with battlesuits in it. But Crisis Battlesuits, I should say. But I figured for this one, I was just going to do 2 Fusion Blasters. You'll see as it comes together. One of the things that I realized I should do, and this is why I started. This is why I started getting all of the pieces together beforehand, before I started like putting anything together. Is that I really wanted to make sure that what I'm putting together is going to look interesting to me. Hilariously, sometimes you mess up. I'm gonna show you what I mean in just a second here. Because for one of my Fire Warriors, I knew I wanted to include a certain element, but then I realized none of the matching elements looked very good at all. All right, so that should be fine now. Go ahead and show this. Show you this Fire Warrior. He's not good. So here we have a dude who is shooting and giving someone something at the same time. So I imagine this is like some sort of data sheet or something. And he has the. So this is the element that I wanted to use. Right, I wanted to use this single arm, right? This single arm gun. For the left arm though, I didn't have all that many options. I tried like having him hold a rifle or something. None of them really worked well. So for right now, this is my loser Fire Warrior right here. Part of my strike team. I did make him like look up. Too many of my guys were like looking to the left. So I was like, yeah, I'll make him like look up. So now he's shooting something like blindly after offering something to someone and looking up. Great pose. This is a slightly better version of kind of what I was going for. Except I had used this before I had decided to use the gun arm. So he's pointing. I would have really preferred if this was a gun. Oh well. So anyway, let's see. Then we gotta put these together. This one and this one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what's nice here is that we have like actual places. Like these little insets here are going to like definitely be glued nicely. And I never really know, for what it's worth, I only ever like put glue on one side. That could be an issue. It's possible that I should be putting glue on both sides, but it's just, it's hard for me already to make sure that I'm not just like pouring glue everywhere. I know some people have glue that's like in a brush. I know some people use glue whose tips are like even like pointier than this, but it's really hard for me already to do such small things. Go ahead and loop that on. Usually I'll squeeze them and I'll kind of rotate them around, see if there's any glue that seeps out that I kind of want to get rid of. So just take the flat of the knife, get that out of there. There's some like in these crevices that I'm not as worried about. Sometimes I can do more harm than good doing that, so I just gotta be careful. Yeah, okay. So that's nice, and then we have 8, which I believe, nope, is not this one. It's this one, dum-dum. And this is like this with the hole. So right now I'm looking at this picture. So this goes on like that. Okay. So I think I'm going to. Yeah. So I usually I'll dry fit things to see kind of how I want to go about gluing. So like what surface I want to glue. I think for this... Yeah, for this I want to glue this bottom part. I was actually able to kind of play my first full game. It wasn't using like any objectives or anything like that. It was essentially just like murder. Do this down. Okay. But it was a full game. Like we didn't stop and then not come back to it, because I've played a couple like beginnings of games. But this one is the first time that we actually finished, and I conceded because I lost horribly. It was a 1K game. I was using a 1K list that I put together by myself. It was the first list I've actually put together by myself. Those other games where like we started playing but didn't actually like finish. Those games I used lists that my friend had made me. My friend is not a Tau player. He's a Blood Angels mostly, I think. Yeah, I believe he's all about that sanguineous. So I'd use that, but this was my first time using my actual army. So I knew it was my friend had been playing for a while. I knew I wasn't gonna like get anywhere. Okay, so now we have this face to like this, and we want these to be like this. If I can get the pegs in the hole. If I can get the peg, there we go. And again, I dry fit these first to kind of see how I want them. And another thing is like you can kind of look at how you plan on having them positioned. So I could have them positioned just these are like the wings. They're the like boosters, rocket boosters. So I mean, you could technically move them slightly, although you have to be careful not to interfere too much with the arm. I'll show you just what one of the arms looks like. So one of the arms, right, is going to fit on here. So you have to just be careful that you don't put it like here, where the arm is going to have to like push it back. I don't know if you were able to see that, but it's all the way forward, and this arm had to kind of push it back. And it also will change based on this. So I have some leeway here. Not really a reason to do this. Also, I think that would interfere with kind of the rest of the body. But for this one, I wanted to do straight up and down anyway. So I will usually do this one at a time. I tend to go just on the pegs instead of the... Okay. And again, since these have a slot, a hole, I'm not as worried about the glue. But what I am worried about is making sure that this is like as perfectly angled as possible. I'm actually going to take this other one off, just so I have a little bit more control on the angle. I'm actually realizing what I want to do now is I want to make this kind of line up with this. So I'm just going to look at it using my dominant eye, kind of just move it slightly until it looks about parallel. And again, what's nice about this is that of all things, this should be kind of easy-ish to do again. Essentially just have to break this piece out. But depending on how strong the bond is, you could just end up breaking the pin, which isn't technically terrible, because then you're still going to be left with a slot. You're just not going to have as strong of a secondary, like the replacement bond. So yeah, so I played with my first actual army, and I was up against... Did he choose his Blood Angels? He had options for me. No, okay. So he gave me options. He had his normal Blood Angel army, which was like good. I think especially right now, Blood Angels are particularly strong. And he said it's that or the Astra Militarum, which are just like the World War II guys, essentially. They're like the normal humans, tanks, etc., etc. Just want to make sure this is squeezed all the way in. I'm going to kind of make sure these are lined up together. And for what it's worth, I'm not going to care too much about this. I could, in most circumstances, I would, but for a video, I'm just gonna be fine with it. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, so we have those pieces, cool. Now I get to flip the page, which I didn't think of. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put these on the side. There we go. Just all the pieces over there on the side. Now we have 9 and 10, which are these pieces, I believe. Just double check. Yeah, got that groin piece. All right, so the 9 and 10. This also has sockets, which is nice. So he was playing his Actor Militarum. I believe I went first, and I had like a Cold Dar. I had a couple broadsides. I had Commander Farsight, bunch of other stuff as well. But the idea was that I was planning on taking out his big like tape. Unfortunately, I had some very bad rolls, which is, it's part of the game. And I was unable to take out any of his large damage dealers. On his first turn, he got very many good rolls. And he took out my Crisis Battlesuit, essentially all of my marker lights, my marker light drones. I think he took out all of my drones, actually. And I think he may have taken out an entire strike squad. I had 3, I believe. So yeah, it went poorly. I had another turn. Was unable. I think at that time I was able to kill the tank, but I wasn't able to like deal with the rest of his stuff because he had some of those like mutant humans, the really big guys, in a carrier thing. And they came out, and they're melee, and I had lost like all my big things, so I was just like, "Well, I'm boned," and I conceded. But it was very fun, very helpful experience. Grabbing the legs here, and then we need this, and we have the base. Yeah. So first things first, I think. So yeah, here, the legs have a little bit of like leeway that you can give them, right? Can't show that very well because it's a ball and socket joint, right? So you have some movement that you can play with to pose the thing. The issue with that is it's very difficult for me to make sure. Oh, this is the outside. Interesting. Why is it telling me to? I don't know what this is. I'm leaving that alone. But this has a bump on it, which is confusing for me, but whatever. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to pose this. I think like one. If I should do like one leg up, and this side would be like this. Like yeah, kind of like one leg up. I don't know how well you can see that, but like, boop, and then have this foot be back a little bit, kind of like a. My fingers are in the way. It's like a marching pose. So I think that's what I'm gonna try and do. So this one I want to come down essentially like that. I'm gonna start from the feet because I think it'll be harder for me to position the. I think it'll be easier for me to get an idea of what I'm looking for if the feet are done. Also, I totally destroyed this situation. I got too much. Okay. Here we go. Please, nails. I need this to lay flat. And so this is another one of the issues with the ball and socket joints is that they're a pain in the ass for me to hold together. So this one, I do have to hold together for a little bit longer. I want to make sure it's facing the right direction. Okay. And that's one of the unfortunate, and you can't see like any of this. That's just one of the unfortunate parts about the ability to move these limbs, is that they are a pain for me to hold together. And these will need to be held together for a bit longer than some of the other things, because you don't want them to like fall down or anything like that. Okay, so this is not fully adhered yet, and I'm actually going to... Nope, that's way too thick. I just want to support... That's way too small. What about the gun? The gun big enough? Okay, the gun is big enough. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to support the leg, the foot, so it doesn't fall back on me. Okay. Oh, there was some residual glue in there. So it kind of just like had a nice kind of pseudo stick. So incredibly rude and churlish, but that should be fine. Yeah, this one. Oh gosh, this is gonna be even harder, I think. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do here is be adaptive. And I think I'm going to just do this whole leg first. Yeah, that way I can like get a better sense. So we have the heel. Yep. Alright. Got the leg. Like this. Yeah, so essentially I just want this to be nice and perpendicular. Okay. So I stopped up the top, but this should just be a lift off. Are you not entertained? I mean, I hope you're all enjoying this. Watching me assemble one of the more complicated models for the first time. Right. No, there's still gunk on this. Man, if I had an editor, I'd have them edit this randomness out. But some people like the randomness. Did I re-gunk it? I think I may have re-gunked it. Okay. Okay. So now I get to just kind of look at the little feets. Let's just try to match. Try and match the hip direction. I get to just hold it here for a second. So technically I have three more fire warriors. And then I have the other two battle suits before my my start collecting box is done. And then I have to deal with the arduous task of painting. And I say arduous task because I'm horrified about how poorly I will do. My paint scheme is going to be essentially Farside Enclaves. So it's going to be primarily red, black, and white. Yeah, this. Let's do it here. Sorry, I'm just giving you like an upskirt of this this Crisis Battlesuit. Yeah, so I have some ideas already. Like, I know some people like do glow and stuff on this. I never like the outcome for a lot of those. There are a couple of people I've seen who are like apparently like super great painters and stuff, who do a really awesome job. Just like good enough there. Rotate it. slightly more. And I've knocked it off. So this will happen. Division. So I think I have to like rethink my scheme here. I have this. Why is this like inside out, man? Oh, because I was stupid. That's why. Could make him essentially be skipping. The idea initially is to do. Oh yeah, I don't really have the best angle for that either. Seems like this is kind of what it wants to do. What's nice is that I don't have Crisis Battlesuits in my current army, which means if I don't like any of these, I can get new ones. I guess I just want to make sure that this foot can even do that, but I don't have ants, man. I don't have the dexterity necessary. Oh wait. Oh. Please. I'm so close, and that's what bothers me the most. I just want to do this. I want to have a single video where I put together a thing. Oh god, we're already at 40-something minutes, man. No one's gonna watch all this. They're like, what the hell, Justin? You've been gone for like 1 billion years. And you're coming back with a freaking 50-minute video of you effing around with some dude's hips? What did I do to deserve all of them? Alright, this honestly, not great. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna figure this leg stuff out. We'll be right back. Well, that was rough. I think I finally got a semblance of what I was going for here, and it you know, it kind of looks right. He's kind of like doing this kind of walk thing. I guess maybe it'll look more like a brace when I'm finally done. We got that. Okay, I'm just gonna set you over here for now. Let it dry a little bit more. At some point, I might have to like reglue this left leg, but right, it's fine. It's fine. So I'm gonna take this back. Then we're going to put this on it. The Tau symbol. Another reason I like the Tau is that their symbol is so close to the Phyrexian symbol. I guess probably an easier way to show that. Really? No? There's no like giant Tau insignia on this? Oh wait, here we go. You know, it's just it's the bottom half. I guess it's more than the bottom half, but whatever. Okay, so we're gonna put this on here. Dry fit looks fine. Cool. And I am going to... Yeah, I'm gonna connect this. Cat. Okay, you're gonna hear the cat ripping cardboard because she likes to rip cardboard. This is harder for me than it should be. You getting the cardboard, get job? You showing the cardboard who's boss? Just double check. It's going the right way. Alright. And we once again press and hold. Yeah, you having a good time? You weird animal. Oh, dude, this cat's nuts. Dude, tonight I'm gonna have like pork chops. I'm gonna have pork chops and rice. I'm gonna cook my pork chops with some soy sauce. That stuff, dude, that stuff's good. If you haven't tried it, do it. Cook your pork chops like on the oven or on the stove. I don't know what you people call it. Yeah, just cook it with soy sauce, man. It's great. Alright, so that was that. Then we're gonna take the tiny little head. Tiny little head. And we're gonna take these little antennae. Although I'm stupid, I didn't realize I could have used 49 instead, because the way this is like layered in, or whatever. God, I hate these things so much. They're so small. Luckily, these are like actually squares and not circles. Like the Fire Warriors were circles, so you could angle them a little bit. But these you don't have as much like play, which I actually appreciate. It's gonna make it's gonna make mounting a lot easier. Okay. Go ahead and put it inside here. Just a nice little buble. It's a little bit more than a buble. Oh gosh. Alright, worst part. Maneuvering my giant effing fingers so that I can hold it down. Okay, luckily it's a smaller piece. Smaller pieces tend to bond a little bit faster. We got a considerable overlap, or overflow of the glue, but you know what? It's totally fine. I'm gonna take this other one. Well, I didn't dry fit this one first, and it looks like I should have. I'm having considerable difficulties. Please. Please. It's at the same angle as the other one. My life is pain. Why aren't you at the same angle? Why is this a drastically different angle? Can you see this? This is not how it's supposed to go. Why are they at such different angles, you piece of crap? I am sadness. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing is fine. I wrote it. Okay, really? It only wants to be here, man. You know what? Fine, fine. You want to be like that? Do it. You should. These look like they're the same angle. This doesn't say like you have to match them perfectly. It's like you just get to choose things, for some reason, this thing wanted to be super low. So can I make this thing super low? Yep, I sure can. Yeah. Absolute terrible decision. And I'm sure I will regret everything. But you know what? Don't blame the player. Blame the pieces. Whatever. Alright, so that's done. Go off. Now is the time that we put things together, so that's awkward. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is not attach the head yet. I'm going to attach the arms. So the arms can also kind of move, but my idea here is that, so these I believe get fitted in like this, yeah. So this is kind of how the guns are going to be mounted. So my idea here is that with the stance and the two arms that I've chosen, I think it makes the most sense for them to just kind of be straight down, because essentially you're just like doing this, right? Just like shooting two guns at the side. Technically you don't put the guns on until like later. In fact, these are being shown as complete. So maybe I'm not going to glue the guns on yet. Here's where like you put the guns on. But maybe I'm not going to do that just yet. I don't know. But I am going to put the arms on. Because the arms should be pretty simple. Okay, there's another clog. I love it. I absolutely love it. These are just some of the troubleshooting problems that you have to face when you're trash. Did I just stab myself a little bit there? No. Yes. Trying to make sure we have a nice bond in there. I'm RoboCop and I've got the flow to beat roided out C-3PO. I got a mic control like Alt-Delete. Your move, creep. Wrong. Have detailed files to the conclusion of your trilogy. Your movie failed Detroit more than the automotive industry. Wait, what? Where's the shield generator go? I didn't miss that, did I? Oh, these go in the hands. Wait. Is this really the same, like, place? No way, right? No, these don't go in the hands. Where the hell are the shield generators? Where do I use this? I have no idea. Give me. It doesn't say that as an option here. No, it sure as hell doesn't. Oh, it does. What the fuck? I didn't know. You freaking put the shield down on the arm. Who does that? That's where my gun goes. That's where my gun goes, man. I'm not doing that. I want double guns. Shield generators for losers and drones. Trying not to touch the other arm because it's like exactly where I want it. Although I guess these arms are bent very slightly differently, which is just annoying. But it's fine. My nails are getting in the way, man. You can kind of see it's coming together now. Should probably put chapters in this video, but I don't know if I want to deal with that. Okay, so chest essentially complete. We need to be on the other page. Okay, chest essentially complete. Legs, are you dry yet? You good? You good? Can I like actually? Cool. All right, you're decent. We're gonna put the legs on. Looks like the legs go on there. And this one would go on there. Seems reasonable. All right. Gonna do this left one first. Okay. And we're gonna go. I think I want to put this on here. I'm gonna put this on the leg. This one. Ah! Got glue on my fingers. So yeah, as I said, the plastic glue will like melt the plastic. So I'm kind of leaving my fingertips on the back of this, because I'm the glue that's on my fingers are it's melting the plastic, and the plastic is then reforming to my finger, which is not great, but you know, it's fine. That's something I should be able to fix with paint, hopefully. Then we'll do the right leg. Oh no, get on there. What are you doing? What are you doing? This, oh no, this one I'm fine a second ago. Holy crap, did it? No, okay. I thought it like melted on that fast. It's just having trouble for some reason. Even though I had no trouble a second ago. Are you kidding me? I had no trouble putting this on a second ago. There we go. I got it down. There we go. Alright, cool. That was about to be very annoying. Did it modify my feet? Oh god, it did. It definitely had to move my feet. So that's great. I think the best thing that I can do is move these feet out more. But we'll deal with fixing that later on. Next up, we are going to put this pauldron on. Now notice, this is this big, right? This is the pauldron for this. This is the pauldron for the Fire Warrior. It's not all that much smaller. And on the Fire Warrior, it looks like it's taking up like all the arm, man. Oh, by the way, some people will wait to assemble all this stuff so you can get paint in like various areas before you attach other parts. I'm not going to be concerned with that for my first model. Yeah, it's just not something I'm gonna worry too much about. Let's see. Just like this looks like. Just want to make sure I'm getting this on properly. Because I assume it's supposed to be flat like that. Yeah, just flat on the thing. If that's what you say. If you insist. Gosh. You know, I just love playing the Tau, but Mickey keeps calling me a loser and a weeb. No. And a weeaboo. And gosh darn it, I just get so mad. Alright. That should be fine. What am I gonna put this head on, dude? I guess I'll put the head on. No, I wanna put the head on like last. Oh, I forgot I can give him kneecaps. How the fuck? Kneecaps go like this, dude? How? How, Sway? How? You know what? For this video, I'm not putting the kneecaps on. They're too small. I can't deal with that. We are going to go ahead and put the body on. Yeah. I'll really get a nice coat on there. I do this. Make sure I'm putting this on the right way. Just kind of mush everything around. Make sure we have a nice coat connection. Just the entire piece. I'm just like moving this around in my hand so I can actually like get her done. And then we get to just push these two pieces together for a while. Unfortunately, the bigger pieces will take a little bit longer to cure, I guess is what you'd call it. Yeah, so for today, I'm not going to be gluing this to the base, nor am I going to glue the weapons on. The weapons, luckily, can just kind of fit into these holes. But I'm going to try and fix the leg so that I can kind of get him to at least stand. Alright. Half of you critics can't even stomach me, let alone stand me, but Slim, what if you win? Wouldn't it be weird? Alright, how do I want this head to face? I mean, I guess just like face forward. The issue with having these things all the way down here is like he can't turn his head without moving these, but I guess he can move the antenna. But I mean, if my dude's just gonna be shooting forward. The thing though is like his chest, his little chest part there, like gets in the way of his face. Oh, I guess this is a battlesuit. Wait, where's his head? Because there's a fire warrior in here. Wait, there is, right? Like, pretty sure these aren't AI. I know the drones are AI, but I don't see how his feet. You know what? I have no idea. It's not my job to know. I am simply a member of the Earthcast putting these... Wait. No, I think if I was a member of the Earthcast, I should know. I think Earthcast puts things together. They're the engineers, I think. Firecast is the army, the fighters. Watercast are the diplomats. Aircast are the flyers, the airmen, the Air Force. And then ethereals are mind-slaving assholes. Okay, let's see. How can I make this work? I guess I could maybe just angle this foot differently. It did not like that. I would like you to be stable, please. Oh, wait. Dum-dum. You're joking, right? Right? This... Yeah, they definitely... Okay, so this definitely goes on the outside. Which means this one should definitely go on the outside. The issue is apparently it'll interfere. Okay, maybe not. I'm just gonna try and move this up a little bit. No, it doesn't want to. What have I done to deserve this? I guess not my fault. Arena has been garbage for me recently. This is just incredibly rude. Yeah, there's like no moving that. You Fate? I don't even know how this one's supposed to fit. Because it doesn't have the same area. It's just... Bruh. Whatever. I don't know. It's upside down, but it fits there. This is supposed to go here, and it refuses to fit because I'm so sad. Wait, are these are straight up interchangeable? What a dumbass! Why am I so stupid? So interestingly, there's like room in like under these arms to be able to like place these, which is interesting. But they're supposed to be on the outside. How am I supposed? Why? No, you're all struggling with me. Oh god, this is like legit just like sealed to it.
Wow.
You know what? It's fine. For right now, he has one gun. All right. He has one gun. I'm not gonna glue it right now. This is my good old-fashioned battlesuit with a single blaster, who can't even stand currently. Oh well, that's the video. I mean, you know, it's my first time putting together something this large. I did it poorly. I did it poorly. Hopefully my second battlesuit will look better than this, and my third better than that. Yeah, I have a PO box. Feel free to send me things, maybe a replacement battlesuit, something like that. I would like to thank my lovely patrons for their continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you find the links down in the description below. Or like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help out the channel, helps it grow, etc., etc. And of course, until next time, all will be one.